So welcome to the Rock Fantasy YouTube channel. Another episode where I've kind of started doing, I did one a couple years ago, Rock Fantasy Goes to the Circus. The circus has been a big part of my life growing up. Always looked forward to every June when the Clyde Beatty Cole brothers would come to our town, Middletown, New York, and put up the tent. When I was a kid, I'd always try to get my dad to go to the stores and get the amazing posters up the windows after the shows. Later years, my family and friends began attending the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. And at the Meadowlands, Nassau Coliseum, Prudential Center. My mom and dad, of course, would take me as a kid, so later in life I took them to the circus. This weekend, I'm here visiting the Royal Hanneford Circus at the York Fairgrounds in York, PA, under the Big Top. This is a circus that's been operating since 1690 in some ways or form. And who do we have the pleasure of visiting with today?
Well, my name is Carlos Rios. I am the ringmaster now of the show. I am a former trapeze performer. I used to do flying trapeze. I've done clowning. I'm 7th generation myself. I come from the Rios family, from Chile, South America. And, you know, life has brought me here to the United States. I was working in California a few years back. I would say like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when I met my wife, Catherine.
Okay.
You know, and that's where we met. We started dating. We started performing together on this show, Hanneford. Yeah. And that's when her mom took over the show, Nellie Hanneford, and I've been trying to be there for them since. And it's been almost 10 years now with the Royal Hanneford
So
family.
You've been with the Royal Hanneford Circus for 10 years. What other shows have you worked with?
I've worked on Circus Vasquez. I've worked on Circo de Pastelito in Chile, which is a very nice show, very big, well known. I've worked with the Fuentes Casca with a big Mexican family. They have beautiful shows. I've been to Europe in a few shows. I've also worked in the Festival of Monte Carlo myself in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with Ringling?
My brother did.
Your brother,
My brother worked on Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and the Blue Unit. Doing flying trapeze with the Flying Tunisianis in 2014.
And what are you doing currently with Hanneford?
Right now with Hanneford, I am the MC, the ringmaster.
Okay. And I guess you kind of answered this already. What acts do you do? You've done trapeze.
Yeah,
I've seen you do trapeze with Hanneford.
Right. I used to do trapeze with Hanneford, and age caught up to me, so I stopped doing that one. Now my kids are doing it. But yeah, we do. I did trapeze. I did anything that has to do with acrobatics. I did Russian swing, trampoline, you name it.
What's your favorite thing about the circus?
It's just a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's definitely. It's not a job. It's a way of life. You know, of course, business is business, but we enjoy every minute of it. And
what is your least favorite thing about the circus, if there is one?
It's very hard. I would have to really think hard to.
Okay, well that means you love your job.
Yep, my grandpa always told me, find what you love to do, and you'll never have to work a day in your life.
So you started performing in the circus as a child?
At a very young age, yes.
And let's talk a little bit about your family that's in the circus now, if we could.
Yeah, well, my wife is Catherine Hanneford. She's 8th generation from her family. Yeah. From the Hanneford side, you know, like you mentioned, they started in 1690, so they've been around for quite a while. She does many acts in the show.
Oh, everything.
She does everything. Yeah. She doesn't sit still. She's a great, wonderful woman. I really hit the jackpot there. My kids are currently working in the show. I have a son. His name is Balian. Yeah. He's 7 years old. Just turned 7 actually, October 1st. And he's wonderful. He does acrobatics. He rides the horses. He does trampoline, and he's a clown. And he's wild. He's wild, which is great.
He comes out in a suitcase.
Yeah. There's a part in the show where they bring him in a suitcase. They open the suitcase and he pops out. So people love that.
Couple memorable performances in circus life that you could bring up.
Yeah, well, my personal memorable performance has to be when in 2016 we went to 2015. I'm sorry, 2016 with the Flying Tabares. We went to the Festival of Monte Carlo.
Oh wow!
And I was lucky enough to be there at the right time, and I was able to go and compete with them. And we did our Flying Trapeze act in Monte Carlo, the festival, and it was an unbelievable experience. As a performer, it's like reaching the highest goal, you know, in performing. But also when I get to work with my kids. The first day I got to work with my kids, it was something that I wasn't expecting ever in my life.
Yeah.
You know, we just touring and working as a young guy, having girlfriends everywhere. Then I get married, and then I found, you know, I guess you could say I found love. I found my family, my happy place.
Yeah.
And then I got to work with my kids, so it was something very special to me, and I get to do it every day.
Yeah.
Not most parents get to spend more than 8 hours with their kids a day, and I get to spend 24/7 with them, growing up with them, and really keeping an eye on them and watching them grow up. So it's something very beautiful.
And how many dates about a year are you guys doing with Royal Hanneford now? You do. I know you. Before I have you answer the question, sometimes you're under the big top.
Correct.
Sometimes you're in a civic center or a coliseum. So
yeah, wherever we're allowed to play, we'll play.
And
we usually set up the tent. Most of the dates are in the big top. We find parking lots like a shopping center or fairgrounds.
Yeah.
We put our big top. We also do a lot of sponsor dates. There's sponsors that buy the show for a weekend, and we'll do those. And they'll put us in buildings.
Okay.
In coliseums, you know, and there we do up to 3 rings. We do 3 rings.
I've seen the 3 ring at the Poughkeepsie show.
Correct. And we'll have the human cannonball, bigger acts, you know, motorcycle jumpers.
Yeah.
Something very exciting. Here in the tent, it's a little smaller venue, but we have all sorts of acts. You know, as you've seen, we have the Wheel of Destiny that's set up right there because we opened the show with that.
Yeah.
We have
see the trampoline.
Trampoline wall.
Where you guys do the Elvis.
Yeah, we do the Elvis. Theme. And we do many cool acts like the motorcycles in the Globe of Steel.
Yeah.
So it's very entertaining. We have.
Is that what we call it, the Globe of Steel? I've heard it the Globe of Death. I've called it.
Right. Yeah, different people call it different things.
Yeah.
I like to call it Globe of Steel. I'm a little more positive.
Yes. We don't want anybody dying.
Yeah, we don't want any problems there. But yeah, we have a huge show. Per se, you know, we try to squeeze in 2 hours when we can. But every year, it allows us to switch it up a little bit, you know, because we can bring a different show every year.
Sure.
Because we have so much to offer.
And about how many dates do you do in a year, you think?
We try to stay busy as much as we can because it's work. We go home this year we're going to go home about 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's all we got.
That's it? So you're on the road the whole time?
But we were on the road the whole time. We did have this summer, we had 1 month off.
Oh, wow.
In the summer, we took a month off. That was our little vacation.
Did you go back home or did you stay?
No, we stayed
on
up
the road?
in Peru, Indiana. We stayed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we parked there at the Circus Museum. They were great people to us.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun there.
I've seen you this year. I guess I'm a circus groupie. But like I said, it means a lot. And you guys are always very welcoming to me.
Well,
and a couple years ago, I saw you at the Orange County Fair in Middletown, New York.
Correct.
Because I was helping with the bands.
I remember.
And this older gentleman would come down every night and ask what kind of band was playing. And that's Keith Green, who is your trumpeter.
Yes.
You have a live musician on the show, and sometimes George Hooks is here too.
Correct.
Both ex-Ringling, and Keith and I have become friends, you know, and it's always good to come out and see Keith.
Yeah, no, Keith is great. He's wonderful. He's been around here as long as I've been around. And
wow.
As far as I know,
much longer.
He's been, here on the show.
Oh, here on this show, exactly.
And as far as I know, I was going to get to that. He's been here around longer. He's a real. He's really the heartbeat of the show. Yeah, we love Keith. We love having him around. We know we can just push play on a computer and play the music, but it's not the same.
I sat.
You don't have it. You don't. The show is not the same without live music.
I sat and interviewed him at the fairgrounds in Middletown a couple years ago, and the stories he can tell.
Oh man, yeah.
Because he was with Ringling from '73.
Yeah.
And last year he celebrated 50 years of performing in the circus. Because Tim Teggy, who you have as a ringmaster,
Right,
occasionally
he
was interviewing him. And now you're the ringmaster.
Yep. Yes.
And it's great to have a ringmaster because I've seen other shows that don't have a ringmaster.
Right, they don't
including
have
Ringling now.
Yeah, they don't have ringmasters.
It's like, to me,
some of them don't even have like music anymore. I mean,
Clown.
they're losing tradition.
Yeah.
You know, but
And
we try to stay as traditional as possible.
You still have some animals on the road.
Correct.
You have a great horse act,
Thank you. Yeah.
and you have the dogs, and I think that people want to see that stuff.
Right. Well.
And they're not. It's not like you have tigers or whatever. We're not going to get
Circus is
involved with
made.
politically correct stuff.
Circus is made of animals.
It is,
It's
yes,
the
I
animals,
agree.
You know, circus is circled. That's why
Yeah.
they say circle. That's why the ring is circled, because
Yeah.
it's where the horses run around, and,
Yeah.
and that's what it's made out of. You know, clowns, animals, and so we try to keep tradition as much as possible.
So how is circus life in 2024 going on the road? Are you getting good crowds in some spots?
We did. The
It seems
beginning
like
of the
the
year was
economy is a
wonderful.
little tough.
Yeah, we did. It's been wonderful all year. I cannot
Good.
complain. This last few months, it seems like the internet has a lot of negativity in it.
Oh, yeah.
The internet scares people. You know.
Mhm.
It's kind of sad sometimes because people tell me themselves, you know, that they're scared to come out and spend money. They don't know what's going to happen.
True.
But we've been getting great crowds. The people that do come are leaving happy.
Yes.
You know? I go up front all the time and I greet the people in and I greet them
Yes,
out.
yeah.
And people they're still awed about the show, you know.
Mhm.
And it's wonderful to hear that because that's why we do it.
Sure.
That's why we do it. So getting a good response from the crowds, getting a positive feedback from them tells us that we're doing our job correctly.
I saw something I thought was interesting, and I don't know if other circuses do this, but you are in town here in York for 3 nights, and the final performance here on Sunday you actually do in Spanish.
Correct. Yeah,
And
so
how is that going over?
Well, I'm from Mexico myself, so I can speak Spanish.
Sure.
And we doing a Hispanic night, one show
Yeah.
a weekend,
Okay.
where we invite all the Hispanic community
Okay.
to watch the
Great.
performance, and we dedicate the show to them.
Yeah.
You know, we do it all in Spanish. We have special comedians. They come from Mexico.
So you have some. So tonight, if you stay for the 7 o'clock show,
It's something different.
it's a different show
It's a
than.
different show.
Okay.
Yes, it's pretty much the same. We have a few comedians that do
Oh, I see.
something in Spanish. Yeah, that we don't normally have because obviously they're in Spanish.
Yeah.
And it turns out really fun, you know. And
Cool.
I always said, me as a foreigner in this country, it's really nice to bring the people together
Yes.
in a place where they feel at home. It's fun, you know, because
Yeah.
these people,
Something for the community.
right? You know, they work very hard to be able to leave.
And Sunday's the
something
day.
for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And they come here and they get to enjoy themselves in a way.
Good. Good.
So it's really nice. We do it once a week.
Cool.
You know, we have the
I
17th
hadn't
show.
noticed that till recently because Keith was telling me about it last night. He goes, "Oh, it's a good show."
Oh, it's a great show. Yeah. No, they're a totally different environment.
And you
they
have
come in here,
another-
they party.
And I was hanging out with one of the guys that plays the clown tonight. His daughter's in the show too.
Right.
Is that Tom? I'm mistaken the name.
Solo, the clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was saying
Dave.
Dave. Yeah, Dave. Dave said he had to learn his line in Spanish because he has about one line that he does.
He does one line. He's a clown, and he comes out with the other clown. And
Yeah.
the other clown messes around, and then I kick them both out, and I'm like, "What do you have to say for yourself?" And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, "Well, I'm just his friend."
Yeah.
You know, and repeats that, and it becomes funny after a while.
Yeah, of course.
But
I saw that yesterday.
in the Spanish night, I told him, I said, "Hey, listen, you have to say it in Spanish. You know, I'm announcing in Spanish, so gotta be said in Spanish." And
Yeah.
this is the most Caucasian guy you can ever
Yes,
talk to.
yes.
So, yo soy amigo de él. So it's really, it becomes even funnier the way he says it.
I know he said last night that he was explained by 3 different people 3 different ways to pronounce.
Yeah, sometimes he says, I don't even know what he says, and it becomes even funnier.
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good,
Excellent.
you know, like I said earlier, we enjoy it. We have fun with it.
Yes, of course.
Whatever comes out, and it's great.
So if the Hanneford Circus is coming to your town, please come out and bring the family, or bring your friend, or just bring yourself and get away from reality for a little while.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour show. And
enjoy something that's really Americana, old-fashioned.
Right. I always like to say this isn't the movie theater. This isn't it's a real live performance.
Things could change.
In front of your eyes, you have daredevils, you have clowns, you have showgirls, you have jugglers, you have contortionists, you have raw talent, you have animals that you don't normally see. You know, it's really nice to come and see a real traditional circus.
Yes.
You know, and you can follow us on Instagram. Hanneford Circus is spelled right up there.
Yeah.
HANNEFORD.
There it is. I'm blocking it with my.
Hanneford Circus.
Yeah.
And also you can follow us on our website, hannefordcircus.org. Okay, there's a lot of fake websites out there. Please follow us on Hanneford Circus.
There's fake ones, huh?
Yeah.
You're that popular.
Yeah, and then they're also selling tickets, so be careful on that.
Oh, no.
Make sure you buy tickets from us.
Wow,
No
could you
websites.
imagine buying tickets and then getting
we've
here?
had
It's like,
people come
we
up
don't
here
even
with,
know.
I spent $300 to get. I said, well, our tickets start at $15.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I apologize for you doing this.
So you can get in the show for $15. That's not bad. You can't even go to Burger King for $15.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And you get a real positive and great show.
How long is the show about?
It's about 2 hours.
About 2 hours with intermission, yeah. And of course, you've got all the snacks, the popcorn.
Yeah, we have our concession stands. So they feed you till you can't anymore.
Yeah.
They have activities for the kids.
Yeah.
It's a full experience that you can have. So it's really a neat place. I'm here every day and I enjoy it.
I know. And well, it was nice to have you on the Rock Fantasy YouTube channel. We're trying to do more circus interviews, and because we cover mostly rock bands and metal bands, but I feel that it's all the same because those guys are traveling from town to town and entertaining, and as you guys are, it's all the nomad life, you know.
Yeah, it's a passion. I mean,
whether you're in a heavy metal band or whether you're an artist in the circus.
Yeah, it's a passion that you do, and like I said, once you find the thing that you love to do the most, you don't have to work a day in your life. So.
And I'd like to thank you for sitting down with the interview, and you
always make
me feel comfortable when I come on the road to visit Keith and you guys.
No, this is your home, you know that.
Thank you, and we'll see you soon. And anything you want to wrap up? I think we've covered it all.
Yeah, I think
the show's starting in about an hour, so he probably has to get ready and change his outfit and all that good stuff and get the crowd in here. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in York, PA.
It is here in York, yes.
So we'll see you guys next time on the Rock Fantasy channel. I hope the guys are digging the content of talking to some circus performers and personnel. So we'll see you next time.